The day is finally here. After nearly 5 years of planning, fundraising, hard work, and love, the opening day of Camp Cole is here. Wednesday, June 9th, 2021 will be a day that everyone involved will remember forever. John Hinks of Lending Path Mortgage and Success Mortgage Partners has worked diligently for years to see this day happen. And we are all so thrilled for him, all the people who played a role in this miracle, and for all of the kids that will benefit from it. Please join us in celebrating the unbelievable and heartwarming reality that is Camp Cole. It is an honor to have played a small role in seeing this come to fruition. Please consider getting involved on any level with Camp Cole. It's truly a special place.
Camp Cole is a brand new nonprofit organization, and it really started way back many years ago. It started when I was 12 years old and I had a younger brother who was 10, and his name was Cole Sawyer. He was diagnosed at a very young age with rhabdomyosarcoma, a rare form of cancer. Fortunately for us, we were approached by a program who provides camp for children with cancer and their siblings. My experience with John Hinks started many moons ago. Back when Cole and I were campers, I specifically remember John, Cole, and I in woodworking. And John sat beside Cole and made sure that he nailed and hammered everything perfectly. And it's those memories that, even though Cole isn't with us today, that I'm able to carry. And it's volunteers like John Hinks who care about building a stronger community.
I met John years ago when we had a dream of making a camp or facility for people to be able to use and enjoy with life challenges. John and I were standing in this very field with a handful of people, and we dreamed, we thought it out.
My first recollection of John was when I attended camp prior to the campers coming. It was a camp for kids with cancer. And I had agreed to cook for all the counselors and volunteers. And John came up, and we all know what John looks like. I thought we had plenty of food, but I turned to the people I was cooking with, and I said, guys, we got to go get some more food and find some more food immediately. John's on the board with us, and his responsibility to the board is primarily to make sure that we establish a culture that's right for what we're doing.
So I met John 12 years ago when I became a counselor for Camp Kids with Cancer. And if you know John, you see him and he is the largest guy in the room, but sometimes what you don't see is that he has the largest heart in the room as well. In 2015, John and I were at a conference together, and we were just talking about how we were going to grow this program and what we were going to do. And we were sitting around a table with a bunch of other like-minded people, and we just knew that creating a place for programs like the camp we went to was where we needed to see the program grow.
Me and John met through a program called Camp Chemo. Over 15 years ago, John was a counselor with the Wolf Pack, which is a teenage group, and I was a counselor for the Horsemen, which were ages from 10 to 12. Me and John connected through camp, and we hit it off. Now, the cancer I had was nasopharyngeal carcinoma, which is actually really rare for a kid to get it. I got it from age 11, and I had to fight it for about 7 years. Once I beaten it, I found out that my survival rate was 15%. So when I found all this out, it impacted me into a more positive way and wanting to give back. So that was when Camp Chemo came up, and was when I started wanting to be a counselor. And then John came along.
So I met John in November of 2015, I believe, 2015. And we went out to lunch. I was looking for something different in the mortgage industry. I was kind of fed up with being at companies where I didn't really feel like there was this family atmosphere or even just camaraderie. And so a mutual friend said, you guys need to know each other and need to sit down and talk. So I think of John like my brother, somebody I want to tell great news to, somebody, unfortunately for him, I want to share, you know, kind of even the bad stuff too. I always know that he's always going to be there. He's a great source of encouragement. He's an incredible friend. I know that no matter what, he's going to support me and encourage me and be there for me.
I think you've heard a lot about Camp Cole and John's role in that, but this goes back 20-some years. When John was in college, he actually volunteered, and it was part of his college degree, believe it or not, clinical psychology, and he got involved at Camp Chemo at that point in life. And Camp Chemo to him really said, wow, we can do so much more. There's so many more people that need this. And John and Kelsey's mom, Stacy, had talked off and on about, man, wouldn't it be great if we could have our own place to do this at? Unfortunately, when Stacy passed away, that seemed to be the catalyst that kicked this off. And it's, as you've heard, gone from there. But the most important thing about John and all of the things that he has done, he never loses his integrity. He stays himself. He I hate pregnancy hormones.
John is true to his word, and I think that is what the finest quality in any man would just be. If he says it, he does it, and we go after it. And so John is such a great guy. He's honorable. He's a good family man. He's a hard worker. He has bestowed so many gifts on Camp Cole.
When I think of John Hinks, the word that comes to mind is integrity. He is a man of his word, which I feel like in our society, in our day and age, that is rare. You know, people are looking for genuine connections, and John has a gift for that because he really cares about every person that he meets.
He is not willing to give up, and he sure is not going to give up on the thousands of adults and children across our state that deserve a place like Camp Cole.
I will tell you without a doubt, he's one of the most caring individuals that I've ever come across. It's been a privilege to get to know him. It's been a privilege to serve on the board of directors with Camp Cole with him. It's been a privilege to see him every evening that we speak in front of a group of people and to see his passion.
Here we are with Camp Cole coming to life, and John, without you, none of this would be possible. You're the most selfless person ever, and the things you do for others is truly amazing. And like everyone has said today and tonight, this world would be a much smaller place without you in it.
Recently, over the past 3 years, I've been having a lot of health issues to the point where that really life-threatening. I tell him time and time again how thankful I am to have him as a friend, and every time he's like, "Hey man, don't worry about it, man. You know," he's like, "Man, I'm only doing what you would do for me." He always says that all the time. But at the end of the day, John is my hero. I wouldn't be here. Every time I tell him this, he's like, "Mike, you know, we're together, man, me and you."
John has always maintained his integrity. He is always focused. He is mission-driven. He is servant leadership at its finest, whether it be Camp Cole, what he does for a living, or our family. And I think the coolest part about all that is John seeks no accolade. He doesn't want you to know that he does this stuff. He just wants it done and done right. And there's an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and Larry David is with friends and they're dedicating a hospital wing. And the whole thing is going around the concept of who is really anonymous and making fun of the people who really aren't. And I always think about that with John, because he's not the guy that's going to say, that was me. He's the guy who's, you'll never know. You might find out when he's dead, but maybe not even then. So thank you, honey, for being who you are and having a heart as big as your personality and your presence.